Who was the stud Impressive? What is HYPP? And how did a single horse drastically change the future for generations to come? Let's get into it. Impressive was a sorrel quarter appendix horse who was born in 1969, and due to pedal osteitis, he could not perform in performance disciplines. So halter became his only class that he could compete in. And as it happened, Impressive was fucking impressive. We're talking the Arnold Schwarzenegger of horses. He was the first horse to ever win in 1974 the World Championship. He became the world's first quarter horse world champion halter horse. And everybody wanted their horses to have his babies. He sired over 2,000 foals, 30 of which became world champions themselves. By the 90s, 13 of the 15 top halter horses traced their line back to Impressive. And that's when it all fell apart. It turns out that the very genetic mutation that made him a monster of a halter horse also caused the genetic condition hyperkalemic periodic paralysis. I won't bore you with the nitty gritty science of it, but it's a horrible condition where muscles tighten up. In severe cases, it can suffocate the horse. The muscles tighten up so much it can suffocate the horse. And the horse, by the way, is conscious for all of this. A research study was done in 1992 that identified that every single horse that carried the mutation or the gene for HYPP traced back to Impressive. But by that point, he and his lineage were so saturated in the quarter horse breeding market, it was too late. Now, it's important to note that Impressive himself never showed any signs, which is how it went unidentified for so long. He was never symptomatic. Despite the fact that the first known horse born with active HYPP was born in 1977. It took from 1977 to 1992 to identify the problem and what it was. And then came the reckoning. In 1996, the AQHA branded HYPP as an undesirable genetic trait, and by 1998, testing for HYPP was mandatory. In 2007, they barred HH, that's homozygous foals, from being registered. However, NH, heterozygous foals that are carriers, can still be registered. Impressive taught us the dangers of putting all of a breed's genetic eggs in one basket. It also speaks to the importance of diversity in the gene pool and in breeding programs. So hopefully, as a horse community, we never make the same mistakes that we made with Impressive again.